In the previous lecture, we were considering the transgressions and acts of disobedience of Bani Israel again. And today, again, in the next lecture, we consider the continued acts of disobedience and transgressions of Bani Israel. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala states in the Holy Quran, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ. And when we took from you this firm covenant, you shall shed no blood of one another and neither expel another from your homes. You then acknowledged it, being yourselves the witnesses. Then Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala states in the subsequent verse, ثُمَّ أَنْتُمْ هَؤُلَاءِ تَقْتُلُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَخْرِجُونَ فَرِيقًا مِّنْكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِهِمْ تَظَاهَرُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِالْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ وَإِنْ يَأْتُوكُمْ أُسَارَىٰ تُفَادُوهُمْ وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ إِخْرَاجُهُمْ أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضٍ فما جزاء من يفعل ذلك منكم إلا خزي في الحياة الدنيا ويوم القيامة يردون إلى أشد العذاب وما الله بغافل عما تعملون. Then it is you killing one another and banishing a group of your people from their homeland and supporting each other against them in sin and transgression. And if they come to us as captives, you ransom. And if they come to us captives, you ransom them, whereas their expulsion from their homes was forbidden upon you. Do you believe in some parts of the book and disbelieve in others? Then whoso of you do such, what else will be their punishment but disgrace in the worldly life? And on the day of judgment they shall be driven towards the severest torment, and Allah is not unaware of your deeds. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ اشْتَرَوُا الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا بِالْآخِرَةِ فَلَا يُخَفَّفُ عَنْهُمُ الْعَذَابُ وَلَا هُمْ يُنْصَرُونَ. They who have purchased the worldly life in exchange of the hereafter, so neither will their punishment be mitigated, nor shall they be helped. So as interpreted and construed in the previous lecture, the descendants of Israel, the Bani Israel, they made a firm pledge to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala and the blessed Tor'ah. It describes that as a strong pledge, as a firm pledge, and the covenant was, the commitment was, the promise was to not murder each other or to banish one another from their homes lineally. The same covenant transferred to the Jews dwelling in the blessed city, the sacred city, the sanctified city, Medina al-Munawwara Sharif. So Aus and Khazraj, the two major polytheist tribes, the Mushrik tribes, they lived in the venerable, the revered, the blessed and the sacred city of Medina al-Munawwara, of the beloved Prophet, peace be upon him. Now, neither did they follow and embrace any Sharia or have any faith on any Sharia. For them, there was no law of Sharia applicable to them. For them, it did not matter to them what was halal and what was haram, what was permissible and what was impermissible. These things, these aspects were non-existent for them. So often a war ensued between them as they were at loggerheads with each other. So just like these two tribes, Aus and Khazraj, the Jews of the holy city of Medina al-Munawwara, they were divided into two different groups. Now Banu Kanka, the associates of Khazraj, and Banu Nazir and Banu Qurayza, the allies to Aus. Each allied group helped its associate in the event of a war. Now in the event of a war which so often erupted and ensued in between these tribes, Banu Kanka fought for Khazraj, while Banu Nazir and Banu Qurayza, they took the sword to support Aus. Now in these wars, the Jews killed the other Jews, for they were partners to those mushrik tribes, and banished one another from their homes in cold blood. Even every time the war ended, every time the war concluded, for the people of Banu Nazir and Banu Qurayza occupied by Khazraj, Banu Kanka paid the ransom to set them free. So when asked to explain their actions, they had a simple logic that we were ordered and we were instructed and we were directed in the blessed book of Torah to set the prisoners free by paying the ransom for them. Hence the reminder to them by way of the blessed and sacred verse of the Holy Quran, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ. And when we took from you this firm covenant, you shall shed no blood of one another, and neither expel one another from their homeland, from their homes, from your homes. You then acknowledged it, being yourselves the witnesses. Now the point of contemplation, the point to ponder here is that if it was decreed in the blessed Torah to set the prisoners free by paying the ransom, likewise it was also ordered not to kill each other or to banish one another from their homes. So how come you follow one instruction and refuse to follow the other instruction? How come you follow one instruction as my Sayyidi Shaykh Ahmad Mohsin Munawar Yousafi, my father, my mentor, my spiritual guide, my access, my Shaykh-e-Tariqat, my Baba Jan. He says that what type of a justification is this that you accept and you adhere and you conform to the major, to the minor instructions, that you follow an instruction which is minor in nature in Torah, but you leave out the major instruction, you leave out the major aspect, then you broke the covenant, treaty, the promise. Then you will not assassinate one another. Was that not a promise made in the blessed book? There was a commitment made. The covenant, it was also inscribed in Torah. It was also recorded in Torah. And you will not turn out one another from homes. However, they carried out some portions of the commands of Allah Ta'ala, and the most they denied. They defied him. Take into view the treaty they had with Aus and Khazraj. So for their earthly, worldly treaties with the polytheists, the mushrikeen, that is the Aus and the Khazraj tribes, they took great pride and they believed that they were always true to their words, but they were ignorant to the commitment, to the promise, and to the covenant that they made with Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. And for the same token, this reminder by Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala is served that the worldly treaties, the earthly treaties are more important to you, to the Jews, than the promise, the pledge, the oath, the commitment and the covenant you made with the Lord of the worlds, Allah Almighty. Such was the ignorance of the Jews. This is then the reason that Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala states, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ اشْتَرَوُا الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا بِالْآخِرَةِ فَلَا يُخَفَّفُ عَنْهُمُ الْعَذَابُ وَلَا هُمْ يُنْصَرُونَ. They are they who have purchased the worldly life in exchange of the hereafter. So neither will their punishment be mitigated, nor shall they be helped. To access the same lecture in Urdu, please click on the link available below in the description.